Today we're going to be talking about things in metal songs that make my blood boil, that anger me, and I just hate them. Hate them. Hate is the name of the game today. I'm going to be hating on a lot of things that metal songs do that just grind my gears. I want your guys' feedback down in the comments below. I did do a community post doing a little poll of what annoys people the most, and I'll go through some of your guys' suggestions on what ticks you guys off and tell you why it might not annoy me. So let's start with some of them. So the first one that annoys people, the one that got the most percentages on the poll, was songs that overstay their welcome. Now, this is a common theme in a lot of bands nowadays. You know, they make their albums over 60 minutes long. They make their songs like hours long sometimes with their songs. I don't mind that. I actually quite like a long song, Funeral Doom being one of my favourite genres. So I'm used to like 2-hour albums, 3-hour albums, Midnight Odyssey especially, come on, like 3 hours long. Bell Witch, I like long albums. Even Iron Maiden, I don't know if you can see, Senjutsu over there, a lot of people's complaints for the newer Iron Maiden is that the songs drag on, they repeat themselves too much, which is another point I'll get to, and it's just they don't need to be that long, and I can see the argument. I just don't hold it myself. I enjoy when a passage repeats itself. I'm one of those people that kind of enjoys it because one of the things I dislike is the opposite. But yeah, I enjoy it. But I do understand people's criticisms, and that is a big one that annoys most people, it seems like. So songs that overstay their welcome. For me, I can't really think of any songs that overstay their welcome, to be honest. Most of the time, shorter songs annoy me more because I'm like, I want more of it, you know, I want more of this song. So that doesn't affect me that much, but I know it affects you guys. The next one is, again, repeating choruses when they repeat themselves again and again. And this can get tedious. Again, Maiden does it, you know, brave new world, in a brave new world, in a brave new world, in a brave new world. You know what I mean? Carries on and carries on, but they've been doing that since the 80s. You know, they've been doing that the whole time. Every chorus is repeating itself. So, again, that doesn't affect me that much. Another one that people said is like a raw sound. Like if the production is too grainy, too raw, it kind of annoys people. And I definitely understand that one. Especially people come from like a metalcore background or like a heavy metal background. That raw production of some old school, you know, death grind or some black metal will just put people off. You know, it'll put people off because they're like, I want to hear the music itself. So I can understand that. For me, I love it. It gives it a sense of charm. And I love that kind of grainy, raw sound. It's more atmospheric to me, so I love rawness. Another one someone said is the use of breakdowns all the time. So it's like the band members don't know how to make the song. They're like, all right, we got the chorus, we got the verse, we got the intro. What are we going to do next? Just throw a bloody breakdown in there for no reason. Every song nowadays has to have a breakdown, even if it doesn't fit. Even if it doesn't fit in a song, they're just going to throw it in, because that's what you're supposed to do. And it doesn't make sense. I'm not a big fan of this one. So this is one of the ones where I'm not a big fan of, but it doesn't anger me that much. It's just because I don't really listen to metalcore that much. But for people who do, I can see it being really annoying. Now, with those out the way, let's get into the ones that really tick me off. Starting with, I said it before, songs with repeating choruses. I hate the opposite. I hate when a song has a great hook, has a great riff, has a great vocal section, and then they don't have it again in the rest of the song. So they have it in one specific part of the song, and then not again. And that really annoys me. That really annoys me. I've got a example for this one. My good friend's Electric Callboy. Amazing band, but on the song Techno Train, the part where it's like choo 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 choo. They only do it for like less, like 30, probably like 20 seconds or something like that, and then they don't do it in the rest of the song, which is about 6 minutes long. And that's the best bit. It's like, just make it a little bit longer. Just a little bit long, you know? Have it again near the end of the song so everyone can do it, but they just do it for like probably less than 20 seconds, and it just really annoys me. It's like, you have a good thing, just give us a bit more of it. It's like the opposite complaint of other people's, where it's saying, it's repeating too much, whereas I'm like, I want it repeating more, because that's what's the best part of the song, and when it's only a minute part of it, makes my blood boil. Another thing I hate is long ambient intro and outro tracks. Like, just, you're starting an album, and it just has 10 minutes of nothingness. Just 10 minutes of just faint noises, wind sounds, buzzing noises. It's like, what is going on? Maybe birds chirping. This is okay in the middle of an album. I think it's okay in the middle of an album. And it's okay at the start if it's 1 minute long. But any longer than 1 minute, get that shit out of the album. Why is a 10-minute long intro and outro tracks? And outros are even worse. Like, you just finished a great album, all these songs are good, and then there's a 10-minute long just nothing burger right at the end of an album. It's what are you doing? Wasting time. It's wasting time. Just cut it off the album. Don't need it. End on a bang. Maybe have a bit of the ambient outro in the last song. I like when bands do that. The last song has a bit of a ambient or atmospheric outro. I don't mind that. But having a whole ass song, which is like 10 minutes at the very end, it's just, it doesn't help anyone. It annoys everyone. Don't do it. Do not do it. Bands out there. No 10-minute long outro songs. Intros, yeah, you can just skip it, but it's still bloody annoying. You want to get right to the meat and gravy. Right in there. Another thing that really angers me is like a sterile and overproduced sound to an album, where it sounds like the album is made in a factory rather than by a bunch of musicians jamming together. I hate this sterile environment for albums these days. A lot of bands do it. Someone mentioned in the comments as well, Camelot's new albums. Camelot's new albums are very polished, very over-polished, and it sounds mechanical. It sounds like AI has made the album. Yeah, and you don't want that. You want a kind of, not messy, but, you know, feels more human into the sound of the album rather than just machines making the album, because it just becomes lifeless, and you don't want to listen to it. I don't want to listen to a bunch of fucking execs making an album, or a bunch of robots making an album. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for the people doing the music themselves, creating works of art. So yeah, fuck overproduced albums, fuck the sterile productions, fuck it all, stupid robots, fuck AI. Another thing that really annoys me, this one isn't as common, but it still pisses me off, is when an intro track builds up, and it like builds up to like this crescendo, and it's like, oh, it's gonna blast off into the first song, and you're ready, you're pumped, you're hyped for that first song to just kick right into gear and get you just motivated for the album ahead. And then it just descends into the first song on the album, and it's just a wet fart. It's just not exciting, doesn't blast off, just kind of like a mellow song, or just a regular heavy metal song. And it's like, what the fuck was the point of that? You just had this massive build-up into nothing. It's a bait and switch. I don't understand why some bands do this. It's like building up for greatness, and then just pulling the rug underneath you, and like, haha, gotcha! Kind of like Game of Thrones last couple of seasons. Fucking bastards. But yeah, I hate when bands do this as well. But the thing I hate the most, the one thing that pisses me off more than anything, than any of those that I've mentioned before, in any song, is when they have talking passages or just music samples in the song. I hate it. There is examples of sometimes when it's good. Dream Theater's Space Dive Vest is good. It took me a while to get into it, but I think the samples in that are not bad. Would I prefer it without them? Yes! That's the problem with the samples. Is the song better with the samples or without? It's better without. Every single time. Every single time it's better without. I forgot the name. Mortician. Are the songs better without? Yes. Even like Repentance by Dream Theater, is the song better without the speaking parts? Yes, and that's my problem with it. It doesn't add anything to the songs. I do want people to write down some songs where you think it adds something to the song, because I can't, for the life of me, think on the top of my head. Space Dive Vest is probably the best one I can think of, but even that, it's probably better without the samples in anyway, so it really angers me because you're trying to get into the music, the melody, the mood, and then there's just someone talking in the background. Maybe there's a news article. Panopticon does this, just rank the discography, and then some of them like collapse. They just have George Bush talking, and it's like, I don't fucking care. Play the music. I'm here for music, not a podcast. So fuck bands that do that. So those are the things that anger me in songs. Let me know down below if you agree with any of my picks, do you disagree, and what angers you the most in songs when you're listening to them. And let's have a good old hate-filled time. We'll see you again in another Quest for Metal.